I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Martinsville. Stephen Gibson and John Ross will start up front. Cody Williams, Matt Schlosser on the second row. Mark Nelson, Mark Dantuma on the third row. Harley Barletta and Zach Lockett on the fourth row. Troy Downing and Austin Ruskoff round out the top 10. Ronald Losey starting in 11 next to Rick Surgeon in 12th. Kyle Holden starting in 13th. Gerald Thanos Poole in 14th. Double D and Nicole That's What She Said Creasel round out the 16-car field here tonight. Looks like all the drivers have got to the grid. They begin rolling behind the pace car. It will be interesting. Some of these drivers racing here at Martinsville and at the LA Coliseum right after this race. It's definitely going to be interesting. If we talk to a few of them, they were all in a good mood to start the night. I'm willing to bet a few of them will not be happy at the end of the night. Pace car will pull in as they go off into turn 3. If you have a favorite driver, make sure to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. And hey, drop in the comments. Let us hear your guess on how soon we will see the first caution. Will they make it to the comp caution at lap 50? It's time to find out. Pace car is in. Out of turn 4, into the zone. Green flag flies. They are down and away at the paperclip in Martinsville. John Ross almost got the lead into turn 1. Stephen Gibson managed to fight back. Stephen Gibson leads lap 1. Meanwhile, on the third row, it is still Mark versus Mark. And our first caution is out. John Ross involved. Looks like one or both of the Marks got caught up in that as well. See if we can see what happened to John. Oh, he got way deep, was bumping into Gibson, jacked up, and ends up going around. From the blimp, looking down at Stephen Gibson, watch the save here. He gets a few little love taps in there. He does get straightened out. They end up 3 wide. Oh! He ends up going around into the wall. Remember talking about tempers flaring earlier? Yeah. I imagine a few have already started. Zach Lockett, John Ross, Stephen Gibson all went to pit road. Zach catching back up to the back end of the field. Looks like he got caught up in that incident just a little bit. They do have a fast repair available tonight, but drivers trying to avoid using them early on, as they'll likely need them later on into the night. Lights are out on the pace cars. They stack up, ready to go back racing. And due to a change with the SMR series, we will now Sunday nights have back-to-back racing. Pace car is in. Cody Williams into the zone. Green flag is back in the air. Interestingly, both marks stayed out, and Dan Tuma just drove by the rookie Matt Schlosser and takes second. Mark Nelson lost some ground. He slips back into fifth. Austin Ruskoff already picking up some spots. He is up into sixth. And Mark Dantuma just set the fastest lap. But folks, there's one driver sneaking his way through the field. New paint scheme for Holden tonight. In the 59, Kyle Holden already up 5 spots into 8. Cody Williams out front, Mark Dantuma in second. The rookie, Matt Schlosser, currently in third. Harley Barletta already up 3 spots into fourth. Mark Nelson in fifth. Steven Gibson just set the fastest lap. He is a man on a mission after qualifying on the pole. Getting turned around on the second lap, you know he wants to get back to the front. Caution! Caution is back out! Ronald Losey involved. Our second caution of the night at Martinsville. Oh, a lot of door banging coming out of 3 and 4. Looking down from the blimp. Losey got a run, pushed up, bounced off the car on the outside, and goes for a spin. Minimal damage though. Likely nobody coming to pit road this time. Cody Williams, Mark Dantuma, Matt Schlosser, Harley Barletta, Mark Nelson, the top 5. Austin Ruskoff, Kyle Holden, Steven Gibson, Troy Downing, and John Ross, your top 10. Zach Lockett, Gerald Thanos Poole, Double D, Rick Sargent, and Ronald Losey round out the field. Nicole, that's what she said. Creasel did not take the grid. I do believe she was having some audio issues, and unfortunately appears she didn't get them resolved in time. Nobody pitted on this caution. And lights should go out. We should get one to green. Yes, we do. They stack up for the restart. Boy, starting on the high side at Martinsville is rough. You almost have to be perfect on the restart to have any chance at holding on to your position. Otherwise, that inside line will fly by. Here we go, out of turn 4. They're in the zone, and green flag back in the air. Cody gets an amazing launch, but Mark fighting back up top. Matt Schlosser right behind. A bit of a gap back to Harley Barletta, Mark Nelson, and Kyle Holden already up into 6th as caution is back out. Looks like Double D got caught up in this one. Looks like there was a big checkup, and Double D picked up several spots but just grabbed the apron. Everybody checking up on the high side. Double D was picking up spots, but got too low, got onto the apron, and went around. Cody Williams, Mark Dantuma, Matt Schlosser, Harley Barletta, and Mark Nelson still the top 5. Kyle Holden now to 6th place. Holden did not qualify, started in 13th. One heck of a charge here tonight. Hey, good evening, Kevin Reed, buddy. I'd love to see you out here. I know you love this place. Lights are out on the pace car. Everybody stacking back up side by side. Pace car ducks in. Cody Williams in control. Here they go, out of turn 4. Green flag back in the air. Cody gets another good restart out front. Dantuma still fighting on the high side. The rookie underneath, trying to take 2nd. Stephen Gibson, Kyle Holden battling it out for 6th and 7th. Gibson, as we mentioned, after starting on the pole, getting turned early, he is on a mission to get back to the front. Kevin, yeah, I can't imagine having any cautions tonight. And as we mentioned, it's a short track doubleheader. We'll go straight from Martinsville across the country to the LA Coliseum for SMR as caution is back out. And it looks like Double D involved again. There he is coming out of turn. Oh! The back end just steps out on him this time. A heartbreaking night. Double D was marching forward earlier on. Yeah, Kevin, I don't expect any cautions at the Coliseum. None. Yeah, Kevin brings up a good point. I talked to the drivers before the race, and I can tell you that to help get around the turns, every one of these drivers has backed the brake bias all the way back, so as little brake on the front tires as possible. All the brake on the back end to help the car rotate in the middle of the turn. But it does look like it may be causing some of the issues for Double D. Hey, good evening, Panda. Thank you for the raid. Hey, Pudsey. Lights are back out. Here they go through 3 and 4. Cody once again in control. Green flag back in the air. Wow, Cody gets a big launch. Hey, good evening, Dazzy. Mark Nelson trying to make something happen on the high side. Almost clear of Mark Dantuma as they go off into 1. Dantuma gets the run through 1 and 2. Kyle Holden has now moved his way up into 4th. Steven Gibson continues his march back to the front. Mark Nelson losing a little ground up top. The rookie Matt Schlosser having a great run so far, currently sits in 2nd. The top 2 have put a little space between them and 3rd place Mark Dantuma. And Kyle Holden continues to march his way forward, now up 9 spots into 4th. And caution is back out. And it looks like we are going to see a lot more cars on pit road this time. See if we can see what brought the caution out this time. Mark Nelson lost several spots up top. I am not 100% sure what the caution was for. I can tell you a lot more cars on pit road this time. Stephen Gibson, Harley Barletta, Austin Ruskoff, and Rick Sargent have all been in. They do have enough fuel to go the distance. All of them took 4 tires here. They may stay out the rest of the night. Lights are out on the pace car. Everybody stacks back up, ready to go. They will have the competition caution here in about 15 laps, less than that. Out of turn 4, Cody Williams in control. Green flag back in the air. Mark Dantuma quickly shoots into second. Man, that bottom line on the attack. John Ross now moving up. Kyle Holden right on Ross's bumper. Dantuma went up the track. Matt now looking under. Zach Lockett starting to make up some ground as well. Now up into 6th. Holden and Ross battle for 4th place. Ross able to send it deeper and get a better run out on that high line. But I don't think he's going to be able to complete the pass. He doesn't. Kyle Holden back to 4th. Cody Williams, Matt Schlosser, Mark Dantuma under attack. Holden already taking 3rd. Kyle Holden, who did not qualify, started back in 13th. A former Cup Series champ, now up into 3rd. And take a close look at those front wheels. You see those brake rotors glowing, especially the moment they get onto the brakes. And caution! Caution is back out, lap 44. This is likely to be the comp caution. We'll see if we get confirmation here in a few moments. Meanwhile, Austin Ruskoff brings the caution out. Let's see what happened. There's Austin, who'd been making his way forward all night on the power. Out of turn 4, just slides nose first into the inside wall. And this will be the competition caution. Several drivers on pit road. Hey, good evening, Songbird. Matt Schlosser, Mark Nelson, Mark Dantuma, Zach Lockett, Troy Downing, Kyle Holden, Austin Ruskoff, and Double D all on pit road. Gerald Thanos Poole now making his way onto pit road. Cody Williams, John Ross, Stephen Gibson, Ronald Losey, and Harley Barletta all stay out, as well as Rick Sargent. Rick had been having some difficulty moving forward. This track position, hopefully, will keep him up front. Lights go out on the pace car. They get ready to go back racing. Here we go. Pace car is in. Out of turn 4, they head into the restart zone. Cody in control. They fire, and green flag back in the air. And Stephen Gibson on a mission. Now back up to second place. John Ross now in third, and caution is back out. Mark Dantuma involved. Gerald Thanos Poole also involved. There's Dantuma looking underneath Mark Nelson. Oh, he just went a little too low, gets into the curbing. Back behind, all the drivers trying to react. Gerald goes up, just gives Austin a tap. Manages to keep it from getting too much damage, but lost a ton of track position. Hudsy, you're not wrong. Remember, after Martinsville, another short track race coming to you from an even shorter track at the Coliseum. Pace car driver is going to need a huge race tonight. Maybe the broadcaster too. Looks like nobody came to pit road this time. Looks like Double D got one of his laps back. as everybody stacks up and gets ready to go back racing. Lights are out. They get ready to go back green. Pace car dives onto pit road. Cody leads them out of turn 4. Into the zone they go. Green flag back in the air. They are back underway. And look at Stephen Gibson on the high side. He is going to take the lead back by force if needed. I guarantee you Gibson is driving angry after that lap 2 incident, but he is back up front. Big wreck back behind. Caution is out. Well, not quite big, but Harley Barletta and John Ross both involved. Let's see what happened. Ross on the bottom. Oh, he gets into the turn, gets the curbing, tries to come back up and collect Barletta. Take a look from the blimp. Harley there on the outside, and you see John just barely clips that apron, but that curbing is enough to send him out. But Stephen Gibson back out front. And Cody Williams has come to pit road. Let's see if we can get a quick word with Stephen. Stephen, it's Doug. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you, Doug.
Hey, a bumpy start, but man, you came through this field like a rocket and back up front.
Yeah, I don't know really what happened with that getting spin there by Ross there. I don't really know what happened. I have to go back and look at it. But yeah, it's been good. Just trying to stay clean, pacing my way through the field. Hopefully we can keep it clean and keep it green from here on out. But yeah, it's been feeling good. Track's a little tight, but hopefully the rubber getting on here will kind of make the car a little bit looser in entry, and we can have good side-by-side racing.
Well, man, that was one heck of a charge. Back to the front. Great run. Good luck.
Thank you, bud.
Well, Stephen Gibson, not as angry as we thought. He is ready to go. Gibson in control of the restart. Ronald Losey now up into second. Some of the pit strategy here starting to pay off as here they come out of 4. Green flag is back in the air. Losey tried to time the jump on the high side, but Gibson tricked him and gets away clean. Kyle Holden, who pitted on lap 44, now fighting his way back up into 6th. And don't forget Mark Dantuma and Cody Williams both back toward the back after pit stops. They've got a lot of ground to make up. Kyle sends it deep into the turn. He went too deep. Holy cow. Zach Lockett was positioned perfectly. And what a move. He picks up 2 spots in 1 turn. Double D has had a problem back behind. No caution yet. And now the caution flies. Looks like Double D was trapped on the front stretch. Let's see what happened. There's Donald coming out of turn 4 on the power. The back end just steps out. A hard lick on the infield wall. Poor Double D, he is having a rough night. Now remember, this is only the 3rd race of the season, but coming into tonight, John Ross leads the points over Cody Wilson. Defending champ Mark Nelson currently sits in 3rd in points. Yeah, Kevin, Steven caught him napping on that one. Or I don't know if caught napping would be the way to put it, but he definitely had an awesome start. The rookie, Matt Schlosser, now in 2nd. Ronald Losey up to 3rd. Ronald having a great run tonight. After starting in 11th, the Mark Nelson currently in 4th. Zach Lockett in 5th. Kyle Holden back up to 6th. Austin Ruskoff in 7th. Harley Barletta, Cody Williams, and Mark Dantuma round out the top 10. Worth noting, all 3 of these cars, Harley Barletta, Cody Williams, Mark Dantuma, have been up front tonight, can easily make their way back. But I can promise you the car Steven Gibson is most worried about is that 59 of Kyle Holden. Remember, they came through the field together earlier. He knows how fast Kyle is. Pace car sharp left onto pit road. Green flag back in the air. Gibson, another great restart. Ronald Losey takes advantage, gets to the bottom, and goes for 2nd. Zach Lockett, who has been picking up spots just by being consistent, being in the right place at the right time, now up into 5th. Big checkup on the inside. Holden tries to make the move up top. Can't get it. Cody Williams trying to make his way back toward the front, as is John Ross. Steven Gibson and Matt Schlosser A little bit of a breakaway now on Mark Nelson. Ronald Losey way up the track. He's going to lose a lot of ground. Kyle Holden gets by. He's up into 5th. Barletta now to 6th. And caution is back out. Double D is around again. Let's back this up here and see what happened with Double D. All right, heads off into turn 1. Obviously, Donald has significant damage to the car. It gets too low. Manages to recover the car after getting that one. Gets off into 3 and 4. The back end steps out. He almost saved it. But the leader goes by as he ends up backed into the wall. Rough night for Double D. Steven Gibson gave up the lead. He came to pit road, 4 tires and fuel. That puts Matt Schlosser up front, his first time ever leading in BRR competition. Matt Schlosser will be in control on the restart. The Mark Nelson up top. Out of turn 4, they come into the zone, fires, and green flag is back in the air. Schlosser gets a great restart. Mark Nelson finally clears into 2nd. Zach Lockett now into 3rd, but he's got Holden right on his bumper. And don't look now, Harley Barletta, Mark Dantuma, and Cody Williams right behind. John Ross, Ronald Losey battling it out. Ross now into 8th. Austin Ruskoff managed to get underneath as he tries to take 9th. Steven Gibson back in 11th as he tries to make his way back toward the front. Double D has had another problem. No caution yet. Donald definitely having a rough night. The damage that car has likely affecting its handling as well. Off into 1 and 2, the car just doesn't want to turn. And then he just blinks out. It looks like Double D lost connection. I know a few of the drivers said last night in the truck race they had connection problems. It appears it's rearing its ugly head again here tonight. Matt Schlosser, being out front for the first time, took immediate advantage of the clean track, clean air, pulling a little bit of a gap on Mark Nelson. Zach Lockett, Kyle Holden battling it out. Harley Barletta right behind Cody Williams there as well. Schlosser definitely having a great run here tonight. Mark Nelson in second is starting to gain a little bit of ground. Zach Lockett in third, Kyle Holden in fourth, staying within striking distance of those top two. Kyle Holden gets an opening. Oh, Lockett kisses the wall out of four. Kyle Holden back up to third. Ronald Losey has had a problem. Caution. Let's see if we can see what happened with Losey. Comes out of turn four. Just we've seen a lot of drivers just lose that back end. I don't believe he got the curbing or the apron, just gets on the power and the back end comes around. So Schlosser out front, Mark Nelson in second, Kyle Holden in third. Zach Lockett in fourth, Cody Williams back up to fifth, John Ross in sixth, Stephen Gibson back up to seventh, Troy Downing in eighth, Rick Surgeon now in ninth, Harley Barletta in 10th. Mark Dantuma, Austin Ruskoff, Ronald Losey all came to pit road. Looks like Gerald Poole came to pit road right before the caution flew, and it has trapped him a lap down in 14th. Lights are out on the pace car. Down the back straightaway, the pace car dives it into pit road. Matt Schlosser in control as they come out of four into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. Schlosser nails the restart. That opened the door. Kyle Holden looks underneath Mark for second. Cody Williams also gets to the bottom on the attack. Mark Nelson trying to hold on to third up on the high side. Meanwhile, Schlosser trying to run away, but Holden closing in. Mark Nelson still fighting back on the high side. Can't find an opening. He does manage to get back in line just ahead of John Ross. And don't look now, Stephen Gibson up to 6th. Schlosser out front, followed by Kyle Holden. Cody Williams in third, D. Mark Nelson in fourth, and John Ross in fifth. John may have gotten an opening, couldn't get it in. Now Ross gets the run underneath Mark. And looks like Gibson's going to take advantage of the opening as well. Stephen Gibson now to 5th. Mark Nelson up top, losing ground. Matt Schlosser, Kyle Holden, Cody Williams, the top 3. And Stephen Gibson back in 5th, right behind John Ross. John Ross came into the night as the points leader. John has a 7-point lead over Cody Williams. Hey, good evening, Sketch. Schlosser saw Holden coming. He has cranked it up just a little bit. Stephen Gibson, who started up front on lap 2, got spun, sent almost all the way to the back, fought his way back to the front, then made a pit stop, went all the way to the back, is now back up into 5th. I don't know if anybody has passed more cars tonight than Stephen Gibson. Harley Barletta now in 6th, Zach Lockett in 7th, Dan Tuma on the move. Oh, problem, Harley Barletta. Looks like Barletta got loose out of turn 4. As we have seen so many drivers do. There's Harley in the 81, Mark Nelson closing in. Down into turns 3 and 4. Doesn't get the apron, but just gets a little loose. Drifts it out of air. Gathers it up. Keeps going, but lost a lot of positions. I hope you're having having a great night, Sketch. Kyle Holden still within striking distance in second. Cody Williams in third. John Ross in fourth. Stephen Gibson still in fifth. Of the top five, Gibson has the freshest tires, likely to come into play in the final 40 laps. Lap traffic also about to come into play for Matt Schlosser. Rick Sargent just ahead. Oh, Rick having a problem out of four. He lost a bunch of momentum. Very close call for the leaders. Rick Sargent has taken her into pit road. Stephen Gibson now into fourth. John Ross has lost some ground. Don't look now. Mark Dantuma starting to come forward. I can completely understand that, Sketch. Harley Barletta is starting to make up some of the ground he lost. He is now back up into seventh. We mentioned Stephen Gibson has the freshest tires in the top five. But sixth place, Mark Dantuma. Harley Barletta in seventh. Austin Ruskoff in 10th. They have the freshest tires on track along with Ronald Losey. Have a good night, Sketch. Thanks for coming by, buddy. Kyle Holden now to the back bumper of Schlosser. Interesting to note, the first two races of the season were both won by rookies. One win for John Ross, one win for Cody Williams. Can Matt Schlosser hold on another 30 laps and go 3 for 3 on rookie wins this season? Stephen Gibson has made his way back into third place. Mark Dantuma still trying to close the gap on John Ross. Kyle Holden still right on Matt's bumper, but Gibson is closing in. Cody Williams staying on Stephen Gibson's back bumper all the way around the track. Cody does have older tires as Gibson starts to pull away. Gibson just 1.1 seconds behind the leader with 25 laps to go. That gap is closing rapidly. Stephen Gibson reeling him in quickly. If Holden has anything left for Schlosser, he's got to do it quickly or Gibson's going to get to him and take second. Gibson getting closer and closer each lap. He has pulled away from fourth place, Cody Williams. John Ross back in fifth, Mark Dantuma in sixth. Both drivers closing in on fourth place. Harley Barletta, after that incident earlier, has fought his way back into seventh. Mark Nelson, surprisingly, has lost a lot of ground here tonight, back in eighth. Austin Ruskoff currently runs in ninth. Zach Lockett back in 10th. Troy Downing holds on to 11th. Ronald Losey in 12th. Gerald Poole currently runs in 13th. Rick Sargent and Double D out early. Stephen Gibson continuing to close that gap. With heavy lap traffic ahead, Gibson will definitely have an even bigger advantage being able to put that car wherever he needs to. And Gibson is now back to Holden's back bumper. Don't forget, folks, right after this race, we'll do a quick swap over and SMR will come to you tonight from the LA Coliseum. Even more great short track racing. It's liable to get a little bit bumpy there tonight. Kyle Holden making the attack. Holden has closed right up onto the back bumper of the leader, just waiting for a mistake or an opportunity. Gibson still lurking. He has the freshest tires. Lap traffic coming into play. The top three now almost nose to tail. 11 laps to go. Can the rookie get it done? Ten laps to go at Martinsville. Will we see the chrome horn before it's over? Kyle Holden has ran right up to the bumper of Matt multiple times. Matt knows he cannot make a mistake. Wow, that got close. Stephen Gibson back just a little bit, maybe expecting these two to get bumping. Hoping to be there and pick them off when they do. And looks like Holden may be starting to hand out a little love tap. 7 laps to go. Oh! Matt gets a little bit of the wall out of turn 2. Gibson is surprisingly losing ground. Despite the much older tires of Matt Schlosser and Kyle Holden, they are pulling away from third place Stephen Gibson. Five laps to go at Martinsville. Holden sends it deep into one. Kyle right on Matt's bumper. 4 to go. Oh, Matt went too high. Holden's got the run underneath. Off into 3 and 4. Holden reclaims the lead. 3 laps to go at Martinsville, and Kyle Holden reclaims the lead. The rookie Matt Schlosser back in second. Stephen Gibson still lurks in third. 2 laps to go. Kyle Holden, who did not qualify tonight, started in 13th, raced his way to the lead a couple of different times, and is now 1 lap away from victory lane as white flag is in the air. Matt Schlosser makes one more effort, sends it deep. It will not be enough. Kyle Holden is back in victory lane at Martinsville. Matt Schlosser comes home in second. Stephen Gibson, a valiant effort to finish in third. And let's talk to our top 3. Stephen, man, that was one heck of a run tonight, buddy.
Yeah, I'm a little tired after that. That was a good long green flag stretch we had there. You know, I just kind of burnt the right front off, trying to go past everybody there in the beginning and just trying to maintain pace. So, yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what my right front tires were after that. But, yeah, just congratulations to Kyle. And, man, I don't know who was holding Kyle off, but he was doing a damn good job there for a long time. And, yeah, he just didn't work out for him. Looked like he just kind of got a little bit washed out wide, and Kyle took the opportunity. So, yeah, it was a great move by Kyle, but Matt almost had him there.
He definitely did, man. One heck of a run. Your charge through the field both times tonight was impressive. Great finish, man.
Yep. Thank you, Doug.
I do not have the ability to talk to Matt Schlosser, who came home in second. Let's get a word with our winner. Kyle, you were just giving him hope, teasing him until those final 3 laps.
You know, I didn't know if I was going to ever be able to get around him. It's so hard to pass here. You can't go to the outside. So I knew I just had to wait for a mistake, and he just left me the door open for like a split second. I was like, I got to put my nose there. And we did, and that was the winning move. But no, great race by everybody. Surprised we had a long Martinsville run. It's kind of wild. You never really see that too often. So good race by everybody. That was really fun, Matt. And thank you, Doug.
Well, man, great job. Congratulations. Back in victory lane. Good job, man.
Appreciate it.
But folks, man, that was definitely one heck of a race. And folks, you don't want to go anywhere. We've got more short track bumping and banging coming to you. SMR will be on track at the LA Coliseum in just a few moments. Stick around, y'all.